In the tapestry of life, trust is a thread that weaves through every relationship, every interaction. It's a concept as delicate as it is powerful, a fundamental aspect of our dealings with others. Yet, in the grand dance of human connections, trust, like a shadow, often eludes us. It's a paradox, really. We long for trust, we seek it, but the question remains. Should we trust? Or perhaps the better question is, can we afford to trust everyone? Imagine walking through a garden. Each flower, a person you meet. Each thorn, a lesson in disguise. The garden is beautiful, but not without its perils. This is the journey of life. As we stroll through this garden, we learn to appreciate the beauty of connections while being mindful of the thorns. We learn that not every flower is meant to be picked. Not every path is meant to be followed. This wisdom isn't born out of cynicism, but out of a deep understanding of the balance of life. Now consider the notion of self-reliance. It's not about building walls or walking the journey alone. It's about understanding that the first trust must be the trust within ourselves. Knowing your values, understanding your instincts, and acknowledging your wisdom. These are the stepping stones of trust. When you trust yourself, you navigate the waters of relationships with a compass that rarely steers you wrong. But life in its infinite complexity often presents us with challenges that test this trust. The people we meet, the promises we hear, how do we discern the genuine from the facade? It's an art of observing, not just listening, of understanding, not just believing. Every interaction is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to understand a little more about the nature of trust. As we embark on this exploration, let's remember, it's not about distrusting the world. It's about arming ourselves with the wisdom to see the world as it is, not as we wish it. It's about finding that delicate balance where trust is not given lightly, but neither is it withheld without cause. It's about learning to trust the right people in the right measure at the right time. In the end, trust is a journey, not a destination. A journey that begins with understanding the paradox of trust and evolves into a dance of discernment and wisdom. As we navigate this journey, let's carry the light of self-reliance, the shield of experience, and the compass of our own inner wisdom. And in doing so, we may just find that the trust we seek is not in the world around us, but in the depths of our own being. This, my friends, is the beginning of a journey to understand the paradox of trust. As we continue our exploration of trust, it's crucial to turn our gaze inward to the very core of our existence. Human nature. Understanding human nature is like holding a mirror to the world. In this mirror, we see reflections of ourselves, our tendencies, our virtues, and our flaws. It's a complex tapestry, rich with color and nuance. And it's this very complexity that makes trust both essential and elusive. Think of human nature as a vast ocean. Just as the ocean has calm surfaces and turbulent depths, so too does human nature have its tranquil and tempestuous moments. We encounter people who, like the serene waters, bring peace and positivity into our lives. Yet we also meet those who, like the stormy seas, challenge our trust and stir our inner calm. This duality is not a cause for despair, but a call to understanding. By acknowledging this duality, we equip ourselves with the knowledge to navigate the waters of relationships with grace and wisdom. Now consider the words we hear and the promises made to us. Words like music have a rhythm, a melody, and a harmony. But just as a beautiful melody can sometimes hide a dissonant note, so too can words conceal intentions not immediately apparent. It's in understanding this symphony of human interaction that we learn to listen not just with our ears, but with our hearts and minds. It's about perceiving the unspoken emotions, the hidden motives, and the silent truths that words often mask. Observation, then, becomes our ally. to understand human nature, we must become astute observers of the human condition. It's about seeing beyond the facade, about recognizing that actions often speak louder than words. This doesn't mean approaching life with suspicion. Rather, it's about approaching life with a curious and open mind. When we observe, we learn. We understand patterns, we recognize behaviors, and we discern truths often overlooked. And in this journey of observation, we encounter a spectrum of personalities. There are those who inspire and uplift, who teach us the beauty of trust. Then there are those who caution us, who show us the wisdom of discernment. Each person, each interaction is a lesson in the intricate dance of trust. It's a dance that teaches us not to judge, but to understand. Not to stereotype, but to appreciate the uniqueness of each individual. Human nature is also about acknowledging our own nature. In understanding others, we come face to face with our own virtues and shortcomings. This self-reflection is not an exercise in self-criticism, but an opportunity for self-growth. By understanding ourselves, we set the foundation for understanding others. We learn to trust ourselves, and in doing so, we learn when and how to trust others. In this understanding, there's a sense of liberation. We free ourselves from the shackles of blind trust and unfounded doubts. We learn to balance our trust with wisdom, our openness with discernment. We discover that trust is not about expecting the predictable, but about embracing the unpredictability of human nature. As we delve deeper into this exploration, we realize that understanding human nature is a lifelong journey. It's a journey filled with learning, growth, and profound insights. It's a journey that teaches us to appreciate the beauty of diversity, the power of empathy, and the strength of genuine connections. So, as we continue on this path, let's embrace the complexity of human nature. Let's learn from each other, grow with each other, and build a tapestry of experiences that enrich our understanding of trust. For in understanding human nature, we find the keys to unlocking the true potential of our relationships, our communities, and ourselves. In our journey of understanding and discernment, we arrive at a cornerstone of personal growth and wisdom, the value of self-reliance. Self-reliance is not just a concept, it's a powerful way of life, a philosophy that empowers us to become the architects of our own destiny. It's about taking responsibility for our lives, our decisions, and Consider the idea of self-reliance as planting a garden of your own. When you plant this garden, you're not just sowing seeds in the soil. You're cultivating a space where your dreams and aspirations can grow. In this garden, you learn the value of nurturing your own growth, of being the caretaker of your own well-being. This garden is a metaphor for life, where self-reliance teaches us to depend on our own efforts and abilities. The journey towards self-reliance begins with self-awareness. It's about knowing who you are, understanding your strengths and weaknesses, and recognizing your potential. It's about looking in the mirror and seeing a person capable of making wise decisions, a person capable of steering the ship of their life. This self-awareness is a powerful tool. It's the compass that guides you through the challenges and opportunities life presents. Self-reliance also means embracing the power of choice. Every day, we are faced with choices, some small, some significant. When you choose self-reliance, you take ownership of these choices. You realize that your decisions shape your path, and you embrace the responsibility that comes with it. This sense of ownership is liberating. It frees you from the shackles of indecision and empowers you to take bold steps towards your goals. In this journey, there will be moments of triumph and moments of challenge. The path of self-reliance is not always smooth, but it is in navigating these ups and downs that we truly grow. We learn that obstacles are not roadblocks, but stepping stones to greater understanding and resilience. We discover that in the face of adversity, our greatest ally is the strength that lies within us. Self-reliance also teaches us the value of self-trust. When you trust in your abilities, your judgment, your wisdom, you unlock a new level of confidence. This self-trust doesn't mean you won't seek advice or learn from others. Rather, it means that you have the confidence to weigh this advice against your own instincts and make decisions that align with your values and aspirations. Moreover, self-reliance is about creating your own definition of success. It's about measuring your achievements not by the standards of others, but by the progress you've made towards your own goals. It's about recognizing that success is a personal journey, one that you define and navigate on your own terms. In cultivating self-reliance, we also learn the importance of self-sufficiency. It's not just about financial independence, but about emotional and intellectual independence as well. It's about having the resources within yourself to face life's challenges. It's about knowing that you have the strength, the knowledge, and the resilience to overcome whatever comes your way. As we embrace self-reliance, we also realize its impact on our relationships. When we are self-reliant, we enter relationships not out of need, but out of a desire to share, to grow, to contribute. We build connections that are based on mutual respect and admiration rather than dependence. This approach to relationships enriches our lives, bringing depth and meaning to our interactions with others. As we tread the path of self-reliance and embrace its teachings, we come to a pivotal aspect of our journey: the art of discernment in our personal and professional relationships. This discernment is not just a skill, but a beacon that guides us in navigating the complex seas of human interactions. It's about making choices that align with our values, goals. In the realm of relationships, discernment is like fine-tuning an instrument. It's about adjusting, adapting, and aligning our interactions so that they resonate with the melody of our life's purpose. It's about understanding that not every person we meet will play a harmonious note in the symphony of our lives, and that's okay. Discernment teaches us to recognize the roles different people play, to appreciate their contributions, while also being mindful of our own boundaries and well-being. Let's consider personal relationships first. These are the bonds we share with family, friends, and loved ones. In these relationships, discernment means understanding the delicate balance between give and take. It's about knowing when to lend a listening ear, when to offer a helping hand, and when to step back and allow others the space to grow. It's recognizing that true love and friendship should empower, not hinder, our journey towards self-actualization. In the professional sphere, discernment takes on a slightly different hue. Here, it's about aligning our career choices and professional relationships with our personal values and aspirations. It's about choosing collaborations that are not just profitable, but also fulfilling. It's about understanding that our professional journey is an integral part of our personal growth, and therefore should reflect our deepest values and beliefs. Discernment in relationships also involves recognizing the transient nature of some connections. Just as seasons change, so too do relationships. Some are meant to last a lifetime, while others serve a purpose for a certain chapter of our life. Discernment helps us to appreciate these seasonal relationships for the value they add to our lives, and also to let go gracefully when the time comes. Furthermore, discernment teaches us the importance of communication. In both personal and professional relationships, open, honest, and respectful communication forms the bedrock of trust and understanding. It's about expressing our needs and boundaries clearly, and also being receptive to the needs and boundaries of others. This two-way street of communication is essential for building strong, healthy, and lasting relationships. In practicing discernment, we must also be aware of the traps of judgment and prejudice. Discernment is not about casting judgments or making assumptions about others. It's about informed understanding, empathy, and respect. It's about seeing people for who they are, not who we want them to be, and respecting their uniqueness and individuality. As we cultivate discernment, we also learn the value of intuition. Often, our gut feelings provide us with insights that logical analysis cannot. Trusting our intuition in our relationships means listening to that inner voice, that gentle nudge that often knows more than our conscious mind. It's about marrying intuition with rational thought to make decisions that are both wise and heartfelt. Lastly, discernment in relationships is about growth. It's about growing together with those who share our journey and growing apart from those who don't. It's about understanding that every relationship, whether brief or enduring, has something. These lessons enrich our lives, adding depth and meaning to our journey of self-discovery. As we journey through the realms of discernment and understanding in our relationships, we find ourselves at the heart of a profound truth. The role of experience in building wisdom. Experience, the great teacher of life, imparts lessons that no book, lecture, or advice can fully capture. It's through our experiences that the fabric of wisdom is woven, thread by thread, into the tapestry of our lives. Consider each experience as a brushstroke on the canvas of our existence. Some strokes are bold and colorful, filled with joy and triumph. Others are somber, shaded with challenges and setbacks. Yet each stroke contributes to the creation of a masterpiece, the masterpiece that is our life. It's through this diverse array of experiences that we gain insights, learn lessons, and build the wisdom that guides us. Wisdom, in its essence, is more than just knowledge or intelligence. It's the practical application of what we've learned through our experiences. It's the ability to make sound judgments, to navigate complex situations with discernment and force. Wisdom is knowing when to speak and when to listen, when to act and when to pause. This wisdom is not something we're born with. It's something we cultivate through the myriad experiences of our lives. Every challenge we face, every obstacle we overcome, adds to our reservoir of wisdom. The difficult times teach us resilience, strength, and the power of perseverance. They show us that we're capable of facing adversity and emerging stronger. On the flip side, our moments of success and joy teach us gratitude, humility, and the importance of savoring life's blessings. They remind us to celebrate our achievements and to share our happiness with others. Experience also teaches us about the impermanence of life. It shows us that change is the only constant. And in this change, there are endless opportunities for growth and learning. This understanding helps us to embrace life's transitions, to let go of what no longer serves us, and to welcome new experiences with an open heart in mind. Moreover, experience fosters empathy and understanding. As we walk our path, we encounter diverse people, each with their own stories and struggles. These interactions broaden our perspective, helping us to see the world through different lenses. We learn to empathize with others, to understand their viewpoints, and to connect with them. In the realm of personal and professional relationships, the wisdom gained from experience is invaluable. It helps us to build stronger, more meaningful connections. It guides us in making choices that are not just beneficial for us, but also for those around us. This wisdom enables us to be better friends, partners, colleagues, and leaders. The beauty of wisdom is that it's ever evolving. With each new experience, our understanding deepens, our perspectives broaden, and our wisdom grows. It's a lifelong journey, one where the learning never stops. And in this journey, we must be willing to be students of life, open to new experiences, ready to learn, and eager to grow. As we glean wisdom from our experiences, an essential aspect comes to the forefront, especially pertinent in our times: navigating trust in the modern world. This era, marked by rapid change and unprecedented connectivity, brings with it new dimensions to the concept of trust. Navigating these waters requires not just wisdom and discernment, but also an understanding of the unique challenges and opportunities that define our current. In this modern landscape, where information travels faster than light and interactions often occur in the digital realm, understanding whom to trust and how much to trust has become more complex. The abundance of information at our fingertips, while a boon, also presents a maze where truth and fabrication often intertwine. It's here that our wisdom and discernment, honed by experience, become invaluable tools. The key to navigating trust in today's world lies in striking a balance. It's about finding equilibrium between openness and caution, between embracing new relationships and opportunities while guarding against potential risks. This balancing act is not about fostering suspicion, but about exercising informed judgment. It's about learning to trust, but not blindly, to question, but not cynically. In personal relationships, the modern world offers us the ability to connect with people across the globe. These connections can enrich our lives, exposing us to new ideas, cultures, and perspectives. Yet the ease of forming connections also calls for heightened discernment. It's about understanding that while the digital world can bring us closer, it can also mask realities. Here we must learn to read between the lines, to discern sincerity in a world where interactions are often curated. Professional relationships, too, have transformed in the modern era. The global marketplace, remote collaborations, and the gig economy have redefined traditional work relationships. In such a landscape, trust becomes a crucial currency. It's about building reputations, honoring commitments, and maintaining integrity in a world where business dealings can span continents. Here, our wisdom guides us to build partnerships based on mutual respect, shared values, and transparent communication. Furthermore, the modern world challenges us to redefine trust in the context of technology. With the rise of artificial intelligence, data privacy concerns, and cybersecurity threats, understanding how to trust technology is as important as understanding whom to trust. It's about being informed, staying aware of the implications of our digital footprints, and making conscious choices about the technology we use and how we use it. In navigating trust in the modern world, we must also remember the timeless values of honesty, integrity, and respect. These values, though age-old, have not lost their significance. They remain the bedrock upon which trust is built and maintained. In a world that's constantly evolving, holding fast to these values provides a compass that helps us stay true to ourselves and to others. Moreover, the modern world offers us the opportunity to become better at trusting ourselves. With the barrage of opinions, trends, and information that come our way, learning to listen to our inner voice becomes crucial. It's about trusting our judgment, our values, and our intuition to make choices that align with our true selves. As we continue to adapt to the changes and challenges of the modern world, let us do so with an open yet discerning heart. Let us embrace the new while holding on to the wisdom of the old. Let us build trust not just as a means to an end, but as a value that enriches our lives and our interaction. In the tapestry of life, where navigating trust and discernment in a modern world poses its unique challenges, there emerges a concept both intriguing and vital: the power of positive skepticism. This is not skepticism that negates or belittles, but rather a constructive form of skepticism that empowers and enlightens. It's about having a questioning mind, one that seeks to understand the whole IAG and how, rather than just accepting the top what. Positive skepticism is like a lantern in the dark, guiding us through the fog of misinformation and half-truths that often cloud our judgment. It's about not taking things at face value, but also not dismissing them outright. It's a delicate dance between doubt and belief, where the steps are guided by wisdom, curiosity, and an open mind. Think of it as being a gardener in your own mental garden. Just as a gardener questions the quality of soil and the right amount of water and sunlight needed for plants to thrive, so too does a positively skeptical mind question the quality and source of information it receives. This questioning is not born out of mistrust, but out of a desire to nurture a healthy, flourishing mind free from the weeds of misinformation and unexamined belief. In personal relationships, positive skepticism allows us to build deeper, more meaningful connections. It's about listening to what is said, but also paying attention to what is left unsaid. It's about observing actions and behaviors, not just words. This form of skepticism enables us to understand others on a deeper level, to see beyond the surface and connect with their true selves. Professionally, positive skepticism is equally valuable. In a world where innovation and change are constant, asking the right questions can be the difference between success and stagnation. It's about challenging the status quo, not for the sake of rebellion, but for the pursuit of improvement and growth. It's about looking at problems and solutions from different angles, seeking new perspectives and insights. Moreover, positive skepticism is about balance. It's about finding the middle ground between gullibility and cynicism. On this ground, we stand firm, equipped with the tools of reason, inquiry, and critical thinking. We learn to trust, but with eyes wide open and minds actively engaged. We learn to hope, but with feet planted firmly in the realm of reality. This form of skepticism also teaches us the importance of self-reflection. It encourages us to question our own beliefs and assumptions, to challenge our own biases and preconceptions. This self-examination is not an exercise in self-doubt, but a journey towards self-improvement. By questioning ourselves, we open the door to personal growth and self-awareness. In practicing positive skepticism, we also learn the art of patience. Jumping to conclusions is easy. Taking the time to understand and analyze is harder. But it's in this process of thoughtful consideration that we often find the most valuable insights and make the most informed decisions. In summary, the power of positive skepticism is a key tool in our journey through life. It helps us navigate the complex waters of information and interaction in today's world. It empowers us to build stronger relationships, make wiser decisions, and live more fulfilling lives. As we continue on this path, let us wield this tool with care and purpose, using it to illuminate the truth, enrich our understanding, and guide our steps towards a life of wisdom and discernment. For in the power of positive skepticism lies not just the ability to question, but the ability to discover, to learn, and to grow. As we reach the conclusion of our exploration, a journey that has taken us through the nuances of trust, discernment, and wisdom, we find ourselves at a pivotal point, embracing a balanced approach to trust. This balance is not found in a manual or a set of rules. It is cultivated within the fertile grounds of our experiences, insights, and understanding. In this balance, there is a harmony between trusting others and trusting oneself. It's an equilibrium where faith in others coexists with the wisdom to recognize that trust must be earned, not given away carelessly. It's understanding that while people can be inherently good, caution is a necessary companion in the journey of life. Think of this balanced approach as walking a tightrope. On one side, there's naivety, and on the other, cynicism. The key is to walk this rope with the pole of wisdom, keeping us steady and centered. It's about using the lessons we've learned, the experiences we've had, and the insights we've gained to maintain our balance. It's about knowing when to lean towards trust and when to pull back towards caution. This balanced approach also involves understanding the fluid nature of trust. Just as the river of life is ever-changing, so too is the flow of trust. It adapts, shifts, and evolves with our experiences and interactions. It's about being flexible and adaptable, understanding that what works in one situation may not apply in another. It's about applying our discernment and intuition to gauge each situation on its own merits. In embracing this balance, we also embrace the complexity and beauty of human relationships. We understand that trust is not just a component of these relationships, but the glue that binds them. It's about building connections that are deep and meaningful, yet also being aware that these connections need nurturing and care. Moreover, a balanced approach to trust is a journey towards inner peace. It's about finding tranquility in the knowledge that we are doing our best to navigate the complexities of trust. It's about being at peace with the understanding that while we cannot control every aspect of our interactions, we can control our responses and our attitudes. In conclusion, embracing a balanced approach to trust is about walking through life with eyes open, heart willing, and mind alert. It's about using the wisdom we've garnered from our experiences to inform our trust in others and ourselves. It's about understanding that trust is a delicate dance, one that requires patience, insight, and above all, a balanced approach. As we move forward in our lives, let's carry this balance with us. Let's use it to enrich our relationships, to guide our decisions, and to navigate the ever-evolving landscape of life. For in this balance lies not just the key to trust, but the key to a life lived with wisdom, understanding, and fulfillment.